Welcome to the Boxing Talk Show.
Fair but firm.
With the Hall of Fame boxing referee.
I'm Joe Cortez.
And co-host John Zamel. In English and Spanish for all of Las Vegas.
Come on, guys. Let's touch them up. Clean fight. I'm Joe Cortez. Fair but firm. Hey, welcome to the Fair but Firm show here with Joe Cortez. And we have none other than one of the greatest welterweight, super welterweight champions of the world, Fernando Vargas. Fernando, I want to welcome you to the show today.
Mr. Fair but Firm, thank you for having me on your show.
Well, we're here at the Fernando Vargas Fighting Foundation. And we'll talk more about his foundation later on in the show, but I want to talk about Fernando's career. I remember walking into that room several times refereeing one of your championship fights. And of course, I knew when I was refereeing Fernando Vargas, we know we're going to get a hell of a fight. And Fernando, please tell us how you first started boxing.
Well, I was 12 years old in Oxnard, California. And I was already locked up in juvenile hall, hundreds of hours of community service. And one day when I was suspended from school for fighting, you know, I was a knucklehead. So, you know, I was one day when I was suspended from school for fighting, I was watching TV and I saw amateur fighting. I saw amateur boxing, kids my age, 12 years old and as young as 8 years old, fighting with headgears and winning trophies. And I said, what is this? I could do this. I know I could do this. And you know, when you're a kid, you say to yourself, well, since I can fight in the street, I could fight in the ring, and that's not really the case. But you know, people think that, right? But that's not the case, you know. But I was always good at sports, and from there, you know, I started walking to Colonia Boxing Gym because they kept on saying La Colonia Boxing Gym, La Colonia Boxing Gym, and so I found out where La Colonia was. It was 3 miles, you know, away from my house, and I walked there as a 12-year-old kid. Nothing was gonna stop me. You know, it took me 1 hour to walk one way, 1 hour to walk back, and that's what I would do. So, you know, I thank God for all His blessings because that's when my relationship with the Lord began. I started walking to church because I wanted God to help me win those big trophies, and God's done more than just that in my life.
Well, I'll tell you that's amazing how you can find a way out of trouble, and you find yourself in a way to get on the right direction with your younger years, and made a good decision in picking boxing. However, you know, I tell folks out there, if you don't like boxing, there's other sports you can get involved with. But it was great for Fernando, it was great for me as a youngster coming up in New York. But Fernando did it, ended up being one of the better champions in boxing. And of course, he had some of the greatest fights in boxing history. I would say that I had the honor of refereeing Fernando Vargas against Oscar De La Hoya. But let's go back to a fight you had prior to that. You fought, maybe it was after, Fernando, you fought Felix Trinidad. You fought Felix Trinidad back in your days. That was one of the highlights of your career, and of course the Oscar fight. Walk us through that Felix Trinidad fight. How did that take place?
Well, the thing is that, you know, a champion wants to fight champions, you know what I mean? And that's what champions do, you know what I mean? So, you know, I was, I don't know, 21, 22 years of age fighting Trinidad.
Yeah, you were kind of young. I thought you were kind of young to be fighting him.
Well, you know, that's what champions do. You know, I beat 5 world champions. Yoribo Campos, Ramon Marquez, Winky Right, Cortez, Javier Casego. And the 4 that beat me didn't walk away saying it was easy. And they were all Hall of Famers, you know, the guys that beat me. So, you know, I didn't lose to just anybody.
No, you fought the best out there, that's for sure.
Yeah, so, you know, I stepped into the ring with Trinidad, and, you know, I had never been down in my life, you know, me from amateur or pro. And, you know, when people told me after the fight, you know, that I got knocked down 5 times and I got up all 5, I said, what? You know, actually, I was talking to my wife, you know, on the way to the hospital after the fight. You know, the doctors were checking me. And my wife goes, I told my wife, baby, did it look bad when I went down? She goes, you got up every time. I said, what? how many times did I get knocked out? She goes, baby, relax. Just, you know, don't worry about all that. Just, you know, relax. So, you know, that's the warrior in you. That's a man in you.
Exactly. It's a one-man team. There's no substitute, nobody backing you up there. You're in there by yourself, and you had to do it all yourself. And you had the heart of a lion. I mean, I was always so thrilled when I got appointed to referee your fight, because I knew that I was going in there with a warrior that was going to give the fans what they wanted to see. A champion, giving it all you had, and you had it all. I mean, you had the boxing skills, you had the speed, you had the punching power, you had it all. You had the makings of a good champion. I mean, you beat 5 world champions, and they're all Hall of Famers, so it says a lot about you. So that means that you're definitely one of the outstanding boxers in the boxing history. And I know that you went on to win other championships as you went along after that Trinidad fight. And I remember when you fought Oscar De La Hoya, which I was a referee. You went in the ring with Oscar. I remember walking into that dress room. Every time I used to walk into the dress room, the door opened up, you saw me coming in, what do you say?
I'm fair, but I'm firm.
That's it. That's what he always said when I walked into the ring. So you got that right, buddy. Now, we're going to go through your instructions, and we can sit down and we go over your instructions for the fight that night. And I knew, looking in your eyes, how intense you were, because you know that when I'm in that ring, you know I was going to do my fight, because I was always fair but firm.
Yep.
But I was there to protect the fighters, first and foremost, and then, of course, to enforce the rules. And I knew that you were the cleanest fighters out there, one of the cleanest fighters in boxing, with the exception of one time you fought this one guy that I referee, and you knocked him down, and you, I don't know what you did. You did something.
I spit on him.
You spit on him. Okay.
But because look.
What happened? What happened that day?
So Ross Thompson, you know, was one of my title defenses.
Ross Thompson, yeah.
That's what it was, right? So Ross Thompson was one of my title defenses, right? And at the press conference, that, you know, he comes in yelling, "Where is he? Where is he?" And I'm like, "What? Like, what's wrong with this dude, man?" So I'm sitting down on the dais, you know what I mean, and I see him like yelling and coming up like he's gonna do something. So I'm like, "What's wrong with this fool?" And so I get, you know, he gets close, and I get up, and he sucker punches me, boom, and he busts my lip, and I hit him with a check hook, bah, and I knocked him off the dais. And I said, "Oh, hell no." I said, "Man."
There goes the fight, man.
Well, no, man. He wanted to make it a street fight outside the ring. I made it a street fight inside the ring. So, you know, I'm always respectful to all the fighters. You know, Joe, you're one of the greatest referees ever, and you know that I've always been respectful with everybody. You know, but if you did something dirty like that, hey, you know what? He busted my lip, and left my lip bleeding. I said, "Oh, hell no, this fool's gonna pay." And so that's what he did. You know, after the first knockdown, I knocked him down. The second knockdown, I said, "I'm gonna get him right here." And I said, "Get up," and I spit in his face. So he made it a street fight outside the ring. I made it a street fight inside the ring.
Yeah, it was a fight that you won, and it was one of the. It was you defending your title.
Yep.
Then later on, a couple of years later, you ended up fighting Oscar De La Hoya.
Yep.
And then Oscar De La Hoya was the rivalry, East LA and Oxnard. You guys, there was a rivalry between these two colonies in California, and it was like it looked like all of Mexico, all the Mexicans at the arena that night, and half were rooting for Oscar and half were rooting for you.
Well, people don't know that me and Oscar, I worked out with Oscar. I ran with Oscar. I you know, trained with him, and you know, I even sparred him. So before we even had the beef. And so what happened was, and people don't know, and I'm gonna say it, you know, so once and for all, everybody knows it here on the Joe Cortez show. You know, fair but I'm firm. You know, I was with Robert Garcia and Eduardo Garcia, which is like my father, and Robert Garcia is like my brother. And he was training up there with Oscar, and I was running. We're about to run in Big Bear, you know, in the snow. And you know, I'm a kid, and I'm following Robert, and I'm running, you know, and you know, Oscar was with us. And so, you know, I was running through the snow, and, you know, I'm following Robert, and, you know, and I'm running through the snow, through the path, and I fall and I eat it, and I have snow and mud all in my face, all in my mouth.
You never told me about this before, man.
Well, I'm telling you now.
Tell me on the Joe Cortez show. Okay, go ahead.
So then I fall, mud, snow all in my face, and which I understand is funny, right? You know, I understand it could be funny. It could be funny if I put myself in Oscar's shoes, right? And Oscar comes by, runs by, and he just laughs. And so since that day, I said, one day, I'm gonna get this guy, man. One day I'm gonna get this guy, but you know, and that's when I started talking about him and saying whatever, you know. Like I said, I looked up to Oscar, and as a kid, and you know, that was really hurtful for me as a kid to have gone through that. But you know, the thing is this: I met Oscar after we fought, you know, and we sat down because I wanted a rematch. And so we sat down in a restaurant in LA. It was shut down because it was just me and him. Everybody was, you know, going crazy over that. And so, you know, I told him, look, man, I don't like you, you don't like me, but one thing is for sure is that we make money together. So give me the rematch, man. You're not gonna make no money fighting anybody else but me. And he goes, you know what, you're right. You know what, I'll give you the rematch. And I go, but...
Okay, you said a rematch?
With me and him.
It was not really a rematch fight. It was just the falling out, and then
no, it was gonna be a rematch because he had beat me. So it was after the fight.
I mean, after he beat you.
After he beat me, we sat down. I wanted to meet him because I wanted to sit down and talk to him and convince him to give me a rematch.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I congratulated him. I walked in. I go, you know what? Congratulations, you beat me. You know what? But you know, you're not gonna make no money fighting anybody else but me. Okay. So let's give me a rematch and let's do it one more time. He goes, you know what, you're right. I will give you a rematch, but let me ask you a question. I said, what? He goes, why do you hate me so much? I go, are you freaking serious, man? And Oscar knows this because we talk face to face. Are you serious? You're gonna freaking lie to my face right now and tell me that you don't know why I freaking hate you? He goes, nah, man, I don't. I go, man, don't you remember when we were running in the snow? I go, you're gonna tell me that you don't remember me falling and you running by and then you laughing? And he goes, no, I don't remember. I go, man, shut up, man. I took out my glasses, man, you're gonna freaking lie to my face? Face to face, we're right here. As men, we're by ourselves. Nobody else is looking, man. Nobody else is here. And he goes, look, man, I don't remember. But if I did, I'm sorry. I give him my hand, he gave me his hand, and I said, that's all I wanted, man. That's it, man.
So you got over that issue.
So we got over that issue, and you know, since then, you know, we worked together. I have fighters, you know, that we signed with them, and you know, we're cool, man. There's no animosity towards me, towards him, and you know, he's a good dude. You know what I mean? And we've talked here and there, and you know, I respect him as a man, and he respects me as a man, and you know, we're good now, and we work with one another.
Yeah, I remember that fight was a very thrilling fight because it was a fight. I mean, the place was packed, and I had to take a decision. And you always told me, Joe, you know, I wish you would have been the referee when
I fought Trinidad.
When you fought Trinidad. You know, I would have done a little.
I think you would have disqualified him with those low blows, Joe. Come on, Joe.
He was a low blow.
Like 3 times.
Yeah,
come on, Joe.
He had to take some points.
I almost couldn't have any more kids.
That's right.
That's my wife. How they were.
Yeah, you had a high-pitched voice every time you got hit low.
Oh my God.
You sounded like a girl screaming so loud.
Well, you know the feeling.
Yeah.
You know the feeling. Yeah, I know you've been hitting the jewels a few times.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's not a good feeling, man.
It's not a good feeling, man.
No. So anyway, so you made it through, and the Trinidad fight, but I can tell you the fans, your stocks always went up. No matter you win or loss, your stocks always went up because the fans always got to see the best fights when you saw Fernando Vargas.
I gave everything in the ring, man.
He left everything in the ring. Yeah. I mean, when he fought Trinidad, they got knocked down 5 times. He got up 5 times. Tells you what a champion's made of. You know, that was what Fernando's got.
Well, people don't understand that. I don't even remember. Like I said, like I told you, I don't even remember getting knocked down 5 times, but that's a man inside you. Yeah. That's like, I could be unconscious or whatever it is. It's like, a doctor, I could be in the hospital on my deathbed and somebody slaps me. I'm gonna get up. Like wanting to fight because that's me.
That's it.
I could be on my deathbed and that's just a individual, that's just a man, that's my DNA. There's no female dog in me.
That's it. No, that's it.
So that's what it is. And I said it nice because I want to be,
he wasn't
cordial on your show.
He's a good guy, but I know Fernando like if he was my kid brother. He listens. He takes a good advice, and then he passes it on to his children. Yeah. And now you told you got three children, 4?
I got 3 boys, 1 girl.
3 boys, 1 girl.
And boom, my third son, Emiliano Fernando Vargas, other known as El General. 3-time national champion. He's part of Team USA. He's going to be representing United States and his duel against Ireland. So he leaves on the 25th. And
to Ireland?
To Ireland, yeah. He's going to be fighting against Ireland. And, it's like, look, I never had a father, but I try to be the best father I've never had to my kids.
You're an amazing father. I mean, I've been watching you throughout the years. You and your beautiful wife.
Yes.
She's just amazing. She always comes to the gym. Yeah. I know you have 2 younger kids. They're back there in the room back there.
Yeah.
They're doing some work there. They're always reading or doing something. And you've done good with them. And you got your oldest son who was in boxing. Whatever happened to your oldest son?
He took some time off, but he's going to be coming back pretty soon. And now
he's in college?
Yeah, he's in college. He's a UNLV student. And so, hey, I got all my kids' colleges paid for. I wasn't stupid. I don't want to be, I want to make sure that my kids, have that. And so, I'm happy about that I was able to do that for my kids. And so, if any of my kids want to go to college, which is if they're boxing, they can still go to school. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Exactly. I want them to be better than I ever was. Exactly. That's what the goal as a father is to every man. That every man wants to have is for their kids to be better than what we were.
Exactly, and I know you've always been a good role model, and they're talking about education and whatnot. I see that you also have here in your gym, you have a room in the back, you have an office, like a room in a school classroom, and I saw computers back there. They have a tutoring program here. Can you tell us a little bit about that program?
Absolutely. Fernando Vargas Fighting Foundation, my 501c3, giving inner city kids a fighting chance. I'm here located in North Las Vegas where there's murders, there's stabbings, there's, just down the street. Why am I located here? Because this is where it's needed. If there wasn't no La Corona boxing gym in the hood in Colonia, where nobody wants to go, there wouldn't be no Fernando Vargas, and there wouldn't have been an opportunity for me to change my life around. So I think it's only right for me to pay this forward for the kids that are hurting, that didn't have a father like me, like are running the streets like amok like I was, and getting in trouble like I was. I see many kids that are angry like I was, because you long for that love of a father. You long for it and you look for it, and if you don't find it at home, you find looking for it in the streets. So you find it in the streets with gangs. And thank God that I didn't gang bang or join in the gangs. But I know if somebody would have told me to get jumped into a game, I said, let's go. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to show how much heart I had, how much I was not afraid, how brave I was. So, we have Fernando Vargas Fighting Foundation, giving inner city kids a fighting chance. my 501c3. Look, all this place is filled with bags, with great equipment, and I thank my family at Title, my brother Doug Ward and his family, the Ward family, which is my family, for all their love and support. But this is not all, free. So, we have to, put new bags. We have to do this. We have to do that.
Yeah, pay
and
rent,
we have to pay rent in this place. This is not my building, and so we have a tutoring center for the kids. So if the kids are doing good in boxing, they got to be doing good in school too, because there's no reason. We want to thank the veterans that donate their time, ex-veterans that donate their time to help the kids bring up their grades, and they've done an amazing job. Brad, Vicky, everybody that's part of Tony, thank you for helping us. That makes the community better. You know what I mean? Because you got kids that are wanting and thinking about dropping out, but then they go to the boxing gym and then they get help with their homework. And guess what? They're doing. You know what? I'm not gonna drop out. I'm gonna continue to do good in school, and I'm gonna keep going to the boxing gym, because Fernando Vargas says if I don't do good in school, I can't go into the boxing gym. So I better be doing good in school, because he got all the help right there that he needs, that I need to get better at school. And if I don't do it, then he won't let me go to the gym.
Exactly. That's what it takes, being a champion like Fernando to do what he's doing. The accomplishment that you have done has been, second to none. You've been a role model. You've been a great champion, a great father, and a good trainer. And all the kids in the gym here look up to you because of the way that you are. And we want the people out there listening, the Fernando Vargas Fighting Foundation is a 501c3. We're here in North Las Vegas, and if you want to check them out online, you have a website set up?
Yeah, where we have, you can go to the foundation page, @ Fernando Vargas Fighting Fund on Instagram, and also you can go to the Fernando Vargas Fighting Foundation page, where you can donate on Facebook, ran by my good friend Eddie, which is an amazing man.
What's Eddie
Ramirez, that helps us here. He's a labor union man, and he helps us immensely. Thank you, Eddie. We appreciate you, and we love you, man. Thank you so much.
That's good. Good to hear that people like Eddie Ramirez stepping up to the plate and putting his money where his mouth is. I mean, a lot of people complain about the neighborhood, that so many things are going wrong in the neighborhood, but they're not putting any money to help out. You have businesses in this North Las Vegas. You have business here. You have your families here. Well, put a little money to the community. We'll reach out to the councilmen in this area here. All these politicians, they're up there talking about what they're going to do with the community if they get reelected. But you know what? Come in here. You weren't here before. Whatever councilman you had that was here, this area, you know who the councilman is?
I forgot.
Okay, anyway, the politician.
Baron has been here. Isaac Baron has been here.
Anybody, any politician out there, any place you go, you talk about what you're going to do for the community, but nothing happens. I want you guys to step up to the plate and come up to the Fernando Vargas Fighting Foundation and do something about it, because we definitely need the help here for the boxing club. You want the community to get straightened out, you need things to be better, it's in your hands. You guys are the ones, you don't expect for these kids or parents to be fixing up the gym and paying the rent and electricity here. They have minimum funds to pay for the training sessions. It's not enough. We need a lot more than that. We're going to try to put an event together this summer with a training session here at the Fernando Vargas Foundation, Fighting Foundation. We're going to do a session here on a weekend, most likely be a Saturday, perhaps one Saturday next month, to do something where we can generate some funds. You come into the Fernando Vargas gym. I was talking to Fernando about this earlier today, and we can charge you an X amount of dollars, whether it's $5, $10, $50, $20, donate at the door. You come in here, and Fernando himself will be here and other trainers to help assist you, teach you a couple of the pointers, some of the punches that you need to defend yourself when you're out there. So it never hurts to get out there, get involved, and learn a little bit. When we come up with that event on a Saturday to help Fernando Vargas Fighting Foundation here in North Las Vegas. Please step up to the plate and come forward and help us out. Fernando, I just want to say a couple of things to you guys about what we're doing here with boxing. But we had some of the fighters that are here earlier today, and they're coming up behind us now. These fighters, males and females, have been coming to the gym for quite a while, and this is nothing compared to what you see here at 5 or 6 o'clock.
Oh man, at 5, 6 o'clock you have at least 30 or 40 kids.
At least 30 or 40. I've been in here when I've seen over 100 kids.
Even, yeah, 50, 55, 60, we have the sheets. We have almost 60, 70 kids that come.
Yeah, you get that almost every day, especially on the weekends. On the weekends, you even get some of the parents coming here with their kids. Even the parents are working out. I've seen mothers and fathers in here coming here. Either
Marta's here with you know, Katia and Sandra, and we have Coach Noah, and we have one of my fighters, you know, Jose, that's here also. So, you know, these are good. These are the people that help us out, man.
Yeah, but we're looking forward for you guys helping us out, guys. And remember, this show with the Faber firm, Joe Cortez, your host here, and we have our technical guy here, Charlie Carrillo, who's been with me for the last 15 years, doing a lot of the what I do on social media. But I'll tell you guys, spread the word out there. Fernando Vargas Fighting Foundation in North Las Vegas. If you have a phone number or an email, a phone number they can reach you at?
They can email ferozfightfactory@gmail.com.
Feroz,
F-E-R-O-Z Factory, F-A-C-T-O-R-Y @gmail. Feroz Fight Factory, F-E-R-O-Z F-I-G-H-T F-A-C-T-O-R-Y @gmail.com.
Okay, so Fernando, you have been an inspiration to so many of us. I've looked up to you as a fighter when I was in the ring in there.
Thank you.
I looked at you like, wow, what a champion. Not only inside the ring, but outside the ring as well. And you've proven yourself what kind of person you are by giving so much to your community. You could have been doing other things, and you decided
I could be in Summerlin.
You could be in Summerlin.
I'm working in Summerlin with, you know, getting that Anglo money.
Yeah, that.
But I'm not doing that. I'm here trying to help the kids in the community of North Las Vegas. Yeah. We're giving inner city kids a fighting chance. You know, if it wasn't for a gym in the hood in Colón, there wouldn't be no me.
Well, that's what we need. We need more guys like Fernando out there, Fernando Vargas, and the community leaders out there. Please follow the Faber Firm Show with Joe Cortez here. And Fernando, I want to thank you once again, and you guys behind us. Thank you for supporting Fernando with the club here. We're looking forward to see you again in the very near future. And you fans out there, send them an email, send them
Facebook, Fernando Vargas Fighting Foundation, which my man Eddie Ramirez takes care of. There's a place right there where you can donate. Come on, help us out.
Anything over $1 million, you have to call up Fernando personally.
Call me personally.
Okay. Thanks a lot, brother.
Thank you, buddy.
And remember, guys, like I say to all the fighters, keep your guards up at all times, and remember, I'm fair, but I'm firm, and touch them up.
That's right, Joe.
Okay.
I love it.